calculating the values to be placed into the elements of an array. We're gonna create a 10 element array and assign to each element one of the even integers from 2 to 20. Then the application displays the array in the tabular format. Then we're gonna use the for statement to calculate an array element's value by multiplying the current value of the control variable counter by 2, then adding 2. And we're gonna see that example right now. We're gonna create a new folder. We're gonna name it test, and we're gonna right click, open in terminal, and we're gonna type in code space that. We're gonna open it with Visual Studio Code, and we are gonna name it initialize array, so init array, like that. The extension is .java, and here has to be Kemal notation. So we're gonna calculate the values to be placed into the elements of an array. So we need public class, and it's gonna be init array, like that. We're gonna open curly braces here. We're gonna have in the public static void main, okay, and here we're gonna have in keyword final, so it's gonna be final, the integer, and now we're gonna use the array. It's gonna be like that, array underscore length, okay, underscore length, and we're gonna set it to 10. So we're declaring a constant here, okay, and here, so we have the integer, okay, array, and we're creating new int brackets, and then we're gonna pass in array here, array underscore length. We ended up with a semicolon, so here we are creating array, and here we are declare constant. We're gonna go here, and now we're gonna calculate value for each array element, okay, so we're gonna calculate value for each array element, and we are gonna have in the for statement, and the condition is gonna be, we have an integer, and we're gonna name a counter. As long as counter is less than 0, then we are gonna have that counter has to be less than array underscore array that length, like that, length, okay. As long as the counter is less than the array that length, then we're gonna increment the counter by 1, 2, 3, and here we're gonna have in the array, we're gonna open brackets, and here inside of the brackets we're gonna have in the counter, and we're gonna set it to 2 plus the product of 2 and the counter, like that, semicolon at the end. We can save it. Let me see, I'm gonna go here, and now we need a system that out at println. In this case is gonna be print format, and we're gonna have let me see, we're gonna have we're gonna have 3 arguments here. So the first argument is gonna be, let me see, the percent sign lowercase letter s, percent sign 8, and then lowercase letter s to the next line n. Okay, let me see, percent sign, okay, characters to the right and to the next line. Here in the second argument we are gonna have in the index, and in the third argument we are gonna have in the value. Okay, so this is the column heading, so it's gonna be column headings. Okay, so now we're gonna output, so we're gonna output each array elements value, like that. And we're gonna use in the for loop, we're gonna have in the integer counter, and we're gonna initialize it to 0, and the condition is as long as the counter is less than the array that length, we're gonna increment the counter by 1. Okay, so the condition is gonna be, or the message is gonna be system.out.print format, and here we are gonna have 3 arguments. So the first one is gonna be the percent sign, the number 5 decimal, percent sign, a decimal to the next line. And now we're gonna have in the counter as well as the array, open brackets, array counter. Okay, so this is the end of the main method, and this is the end of the class initialize array. Okay, so make sure that we have the name init array, so it has to be camel notation here. And also in the for loop we have the integer counter that is set to 0, not less than 0. It has to be the equal sign, just one equal sign. And now let's see if it works. Let's play it, and as you can see we have this condition works 2 plus the 2 times the counter. So for example, let's take 3, so we are gonna have 2 plus 2 multiplied by the counter, in this case is 3, so 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, plus 2 is gonna give us 8. And let's see with 6, so we're gonna have 6 multiplied by 2, that is 12, plus 2 is 14. So our program is working.